everybody, and happy or Merry Christmas Eve. I guess I put it that way. It is actually Christmas Eve 2020. I just want to say hello to you all, welcome you all to the video. And if you all have not done so yet, make sure that you're clicking the subscribe button to your right and also clicking the bell for the notification bell for all so that you can receive all the videos and all the content that I upload here on YouTube. So make sure that you're doing that to get started. And getting started with this video today, I'm talking about of course, my coaching business. Of course, you all know that I'm a social worker. I'm a social worker first, and of course, I've been transitioning into the coaching business over the past year, ever since coronavirus right at the beginning, I guess, once it started kicking off, that kind of thing earlier in the year. So like I said, I've definitely been making that transition, and I've been, of course, running into different kind of snafus and different things that I've been learning, the lessons that I've learned, of course, along the way and that kind of thing as well. And I'm still, of course, pushing forward. Nothing has stopped, just to let you know. I'm still definitely pushing forward. Speak Your Truth, of course, is still my business. Of course, it is on Facebook as well. I have a free community there, a relationship group as well for committed couples too. But like I said, definitely I'll put that information down below so that you can know kind of what my business is, where it's at, where it's housed, that kind of thing, and some of the tools that you all can, of course, use and take advantage of. Like I said, the free group, the free community, Speak Your Truth community, that's also on Facebook, and that's been running since, I think, April, May this year. So definitely, if you want to come join, you're a committed couple, definitely do so. I am making a few changes to the group just to let you all know, but right now, of course, I'm talking about some of those changes in this video as well, but just keep that in mind moving forward. But it still is for committed couples. Whatever your couple union looks like, I guess I put it that way as well. So like I said again, I want to welcome you all to this video. In this video today, I'm actually going to be talking about my clarity as far as the coaching business and business goals, I guess, period. I guess I put it that way. Because this definitely extends way beyond coaching. It extends to, of course, clarity in life and business and everything that I do and how I move. And I'm sure you all are the same way as well. Clarity, of course, comes with, of course, wisdom, comes with your lessons, comes with your experiences, and comes with a lot of trial and error. We all know that, of course, in business that there's a lot of trial and error. There's no blueprint to get to anything. There may be a small outline, I put it that way, but you will still, of course, have to navigate your own way and your own waters to, of course, get to whatever your success looks like for you. And, of course, starting the coaching business back earlier in the year, I, of course, was kind of undecided, kind of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to work with committed couples because I was already doing the blog for about 4 or 5 years prior to that, called Taboo, a love, sex, and relationship blog, which was also housed on Facebook as well. So I had been doing that, and of course, talking about sex and relationships and all these things. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to transition this into some kind of business because I'm, of course, loving doing it. And of course, I had an audience there as well. So that's what I transitioned into. But like I said, I was still kind of undecided, kind of not undecided, but just couldn't niche down, I guess, as people say, getting to your niche and getting more specific on what I wanted to do with this particular business. And I had a light bulb go off in my head yesterday. I was like, oh my God, boom. I had a light bulb go off yesterday while I was at work, actually. Of course, in my downtime, I was writing, trying to get some things together, thinking about it, having all these thoughts about business, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to see, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just here to tell you that sometimes it does come as a big boom, I guess I put it that way, as far as your clarity and as far as what you're wanting to do. Sometimes you can start something, you can start no matter what kind of business it is, then you can get months later, that kind of thing. You're like, why didn't I do this in the beginning? I know you may have talked the same thing with me. I talked about different things that I want to see and do in this particular coaching business, but I had not even put two and two together at the time, I put it that way, until yesterday. So like I said, I definitely had to make sure that I get clear on things, how I wanted, of course, my group to be ran, what kind of content I wanted to go into the group as well, and of course on my business pages and all that kind of stuff too. But like I said, I was mainly focused on my community as far as my Facebook community and those, I guess, like the people there, what I'm trying to, of course, get across, what I'm trying to project, what I'm trying to teach about, what I'm trying to educate about, inspire about as well. So like I said, definitely in the beginning of starting this business, and like I said, I know I'm not the only one who starts a business, of course, and sometimes are not 100% clear on what exactly you want to do and how exactly you want that to come across. Like I said, I know for me, and I'm sure for others, it's going to take a little bit of trial and error for you to, I guess, for you in order to, of course, get your clarity together, get your niche down, a niche, or how you pronounce the damn word, that kind of thing. But like I said, you definitely, I guess, as you go through your business, working on your business, I don't care if it's a baking business, if it's a coaching business like this, if it's a consulting business, if it's a business making rugs or whatever you're making, like I said, you definitely at some point have to figure out who your audience is and who you want to talk to and who you want to speak to and who you want to present your products and services, your expertise, your information, your knowledge, your inspiration, motivation, all those kind of things too. And like I said, I know I have been doing that in my group as well and been doing that on my pages and that kind of thing as well, but something just felt missing to me. And like I said, that was just me. I know, and I know I'm not the only one that's out there in business where something, of course, isn't clicking and something, of course, is missing, I guess, in there. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, that was definitely something that I was writing about yesterday, and I will, of course, do another video talking more specific about it. But like I said, I definitely had to make sure that I became a lot clearer about my business as far as who I'm talking to, where these people are, who I'm trying to, of course, present the information to. And you all know I love relationships. Like I said, I had the blog for at least 5 years prior to even starting this business. And like I said, I know I talked a lot about sex and lifestyles, and there are all kind of things in that, I guess, on that particular blog. Then, of course, transitioning into the group, of course, as I'm loving relationships and loving people, and I know we have relationships of all kinds, not just committed couples. We have relationships, of course, with employee, employer, your family, kids, mother, father, whoever, other friends, those kind of things. We have all types of relationships that go on in our lives. And I'm, of course, one that want to talk about every single thing that's out there, talk about all the relationships I can in the whole world, and talk about the business, and talk about this, and do all these things. And like I said, I was getting way, way, way far from the mission and far from the vision that I saw when I first started the group. Give me a second, y'all. My throat is getting dry. But like I said, I felt myself getting away from the vision that I saw when I first, of course, thought about starting this particular business and the group as well. And like I said, I know I want to talk about all kinds of things that deal with relationships, and whether it's just dealing with couples as far as breaking up, dating, and marriage, and all these kind of things. And like I said, I definitely had to figure out what I want to focus on. Yes, like I was talking about all kind of topics in my group and that kind of thing, which kept the conversation going. Yes, that's fine and dandy. But like I said, I felt myself getting away from my mission and getting away from the vision that I saw when I first started going into this business. I'm just here to tell you that it is, of course, something easy to do, I guess, for you to get distracted, going off into all these tangents because you think it sounds good, or this may be well, or you want to hear, I guess, talk about this. And that all came from me not being clear on what I want to do as far as what I wanted to project to my audience. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, with the clarity yesterday, I know everything came falling down. I'm just like, okay, I got this. I know I got this. I know you got this as well. Like I said, at some point, we all have those aha moments where everything falls into place, where everything seems like it's like, oh my God, this is exactly what I was looking for, trying to do. And I know yesterday, of course, before yesterday, I was, of course, have been thinking about, I talked a whole lot about, and also journal about all the things that I want to see in my business, what I want to do as far as this coaching business go with relationships and traveling and doing different events and stuff like that as well. And like I said, I know good and well that I'm like, okay, I've gotten all the way away from that, talking about different asexuality and all these kind of things. That's not even my focus, I guess I put it that way. I'm wanting to, of course, teach more about sex and the body and sex toys and sex furniture and that kind of thing as well. How it can enhance, of course, a couple, if that's what you all are into, I guess I put it that way. I also want to focus on, like I said, as far as couple support, I guess, like the couple as a support system. When you're trying to look for business, starting a business together in order to grow and to, of course, create something that you all, that I guess that you two can have. Like I said, that was my focus in the beginning, and I don't think I posted. No, I didn't post it on Facebook. I posted in the group, that kind of thing. But when I was talking about and brainstorming the business, that was actually something that I knew that I wanted to include inside my coaching business. I didn't know how at the time, so I just left it all out. And like I said, I'm just like, okay, everything clicked yesterday. I'm like, okay, as I get clear on things and as I intentionally look at my business and look at where it's going, look at what I'm trying to do, I have to create all that. And I know that, of course, me being an employee, of course, I'm a social worker. I know I said that in the beginning. And, of course, me always working for somebody. I've had businesses in the past. They weren't coaching businesses. They were more like creative, cake decorating, cake businesses, things like that. Candy bouquet making, basket making, things like that. So this is my first actual business where I'm actually consulting and coaching. I guess I put it that way as well. So like I said, I know I definitely had to get a lot more focused, and I had to do that definitely intentionally. That was what I said that I needed to do going into this new year, that I had to do as far as this coaching business go, and I'm sure you're doing the same with your business for those out there who this applies to. I know I'm not the only one who are struggling in their business, trying to figure out who you're speaking to, who you're talking to, but still have, I mean, you still know kind of who you're trying to reach, but you're trying to still, of course, niche down, trying to figure out what kind of goal you want to have come out of this, what kind of inspiration you want to have come out of this, what kind of results you want to have come out of your business, all those kind of things. Yes, I have some results and stuff like that I wrote down, but I'm like, okay, what am I actually trying to get at? And I know when I started this business, like I said in the beginning of this video, back when coronavirus first started happening this year, 2020, it was back in, I think, March. Actually, I'm trying to see because I actually started things, I think it was late February, early March when I actually started talking about the coaching business and getting it started, that kind of thing. I didn't start the group until it was either March or April. I want to say, actually, it may have been in March as well, but I shut it down for like a month and a half, that kind of thing, because I thought maybe I didn't need the group or the community, that kind of thing at all. But then I opened it back up. It was either late May or April, late April or May, and decided to go ahead and stick with the group as well, I guess, to add and enhance my business as well. So like I said, I definitely had to think about what I actually wanted to, of course, teach about, what I wanted to talk about. And back then, I know a lot of folks, of course, businesses were shutting down. All those kind of things were going on. Of course, a lot of couples, of course, throughout over the months. I know you all have been hearing about it as well. A lot of folks, of course, having issues at home, couples getting divorced and different things going on like that. So, of course, I'm like, okay, I know there's something that I can do in that arena since I've already had this blog. So, like I said, I definitely had to get more clear. I wrote all these different things down that I, of course, wanted to include in the business. I just didn't know how to include them at that time. I guess I put it that way. Back early in the year when I first started getting things going. And just know that it's okay. That if you're starting a business, you're just starting off this year just like me as well, and you're trying to, of course, figure out who you're trying to reach, that kind of thing. It's okay to go ahead and get started not knowing all those specific things. I guess I put it that way. As time goes on, like I just said, once you're, of course, working your business, once you're, of course, going through trial and error, once you're, of course, having some failures and the failures that are, of course, turning into lessons that you're learning and different things that you're figuring out, finding out about your business, all those things will come clear to you. Just keep that in mind. It's not going to come right away. For some businesses, yes, it may come right away. Never know. I don't know. But like I said, for a business like this that I'm talking about, coaching and that kind of thing, sometimes it does not come right away. Sometimes you just have an idea, that kind of thing. You want to put it out there and see how it goes, and then you just niche down and, I guess, like I said, narrow down things and gain more clarity as you go along. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Like I said, I'm not the one that's going to just sit there and just stop and say, oh, I have to have all this stuff perfect before I can move forward. There's nothing going to be perfect in your whole life, and nobody and nothing is perfect. You have to get started where you're at. I guess I'm telling you that right now, the same thing I did. I got started with what I had at that time and where I was. Yes, I was using all the free tools that I can find on Facebook and on, I guess, Mail. Cause I actually used MailChimp, those that like their little email marketing thing was free in the beginning, that kind of thing as well. Like I said, I'm using free videos, posts, all those kind of things. The free Facebook scheduler, so I can schedule my posts and all that kind of stuff. Of course, that made definitely things a lot easier. But like I said, I definitely used all the free things, used what I had to get going. It didn't matter whether I had everything in place. It didn't matter whether I had a specific niche that everybody talks about, that kind of thing, and that I've talked about in this video as well. That did not matter to me, like I said, and it shouldn't matter to you either. Like I said, there's nothing going to be perfect. There's not going to be a perfect time where you're going to have just enough money or just the right people or just the right niche, that kind of thing. You're always going to be, of course, perfecting things. Well, I guess not perfecting things. I guess clarifying things as you go along. I guess I put it that way. And just know that it's okay to start a business without having 100% clarity on every single thing that you're trying to do. I'm sure nobody has that in the beginning. I'm sure that. Unless you're, well, I can't say that because I'm just going to say nobody has it. Like I said, over time, people learn and like I said, clarify. I guess I can't just use perfect, I guess, their items as well. I guess to whatever their perfection may look like. But just keep in mind that no matter what you have, no matter what you're doing, no matter what kind of business you're trying to push forward, just know that go ahead and get the business started. Like I said, there's not going to be a good time for anything, a perfect time for anything. Just go ahead and get it started with what you have, with the tools that you have available online, the free tools if that's what you're using, unless you have funds to do so. And then, of course, utilize all the social medias that you can to bring awareness to your business. Like I said, that's what I've been doing. And like I said, that's been working, I guess, for me at this time, that kind of thing. But I know that going into 2021, I'm definitely going to have to ramp up my strategies. I put it that way as well. So I'm actually taking a training next week because, of course, just keep in mind that you always have to, the same thing that you did in high school, college, all those kind of things, the same thing because I'm still an employee. So working, of course, we may have trainings and that kind of thing to, of course, refresh the things that you know, to teach you new skills and talents and that kind of thing as well. Like I said, we all definitely need that going into any kind of business. I don't care what, because I used to think that, oh, I don't need anything else. I don't have to learn these new things. I already know what I'm doing. I don't know everything at all, so I do have to learn different things. I had to learn all these social media sites and what they entail and what's included and what's free and what you got to pay for, how to do ads, all these things. I had to learn all those things. I had to learn Canva, how to create my thumbnails, of course, for some of the videos on YouTube. Then, of course, some of the posters and the pictures and the flyers and the different slides and that kind of thing I was making for like different social media sites. I had to learn all those things. MailChimp, of course, was free in the beginning, but of course I had to learn how to actually email market. I had to learn all those things. You're going to have to learn your business. Like I say, I know being an employee, you don't have to learn anything but just what that job is teaching you. And most of the other aspects, there's other folks, of course, working in those positions. When you're starting off for your own